Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, today is Wednesday, February 9th, and I would welcome the people on WWDB, but apparently the people at WWDB are asleep at the switch again. And there's going to be hell to pay for that one, so I hope Sam Spicer's watching, because pretty soon he's not going to ever do business with me again. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube, because you guys, at least you guys are my favorite fans. You can find me on Facebook and TikTok and other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and let everybody know that you're watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Hey, you can comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. By the way, if you're commenting from a group and not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name will not show up on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page, like the page, and comment there so I can recognize you. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and of course you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. There you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. All right, on today's show, we're going to be discussing the futures update. We're going to be talking about COVID, and I'm going to say what I think about this, which is, hello, COVID, are you there? Hey, Bitcoin and Ukraine. We're going to be talking about stolen Bitcoin, so there's going to be a lot of Bitcoin in this show. We're going to be talking about Amazon healthcare and consumer debt. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. Yesterday was a beautiful day. The Dow moved up slowly at first, but it boomed and finished up 372 points. The NASDAQ is ignoring the bond rate and moved up 178 points as well. Wow! It's only 9 days into into February, and everything looks like a typical January. I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky and this rally will prove February to be the reverse of normal, just like January was the reverse of February. All right, we saw some of my favorites move up as AAL and CCL both closed up almost $1 for 2 days in a row now. By the way, when AAL hits 21, I'm going to be really, really happy, and I'll explain that later. All right, it appears, of course, that President Poopy Pants has nothing to say right now, and I believe that's helping to boost the market. So shut up and stay in your basement, will you? A notable earnings was Harley-Davidson as the stock jumped 15% on great earnings. I'm going to be watching this. Anyway, let's watch Thursday's Consumer Price Index release as a key event for markets this week. So Thursday will be a key event. The inflation data is expected to show that prices rose about a little less than 0.5% in January, excuse me, for a 7.2% gain from 1 year ago, which would be the highest in almost 40 years. Pfizer's shares tumbled 3.6% after the drug maker's fourth quarter revenue came in lower than Wall Street analysts expected. Pfizer's full-year earnings guidance also is disappointed. I guess as the masses refuse the poison stick and Gestapo Joe can't mandate profits for Pfizer anymore, the stock can't hold up much longer. Moderna, by the way, is feeling the same pressure and is now down to 153, getting closer to its one-year low of 117. Ha 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 ha. All right, Meta was an interesting mover yesterday as the stock continued to get beat up. I got to tell you, it actually went positive for a really short while, about a point, before it went down 8 points, but then finished down only 5. I don't know, it's possible that this may be the bottom for Facebook. But I got to tell you, it was close enough for me to enter with an option play into May. I think it might be a great play. Chipotle reported earnings after the bell, and they crushed it. The stock jumped up almost 7% and is now at a whopping $15.50 a share. And honestly, it's not even close to its peak of $19.50 a share. I don't know, who would have thunk it? Chipotle, $19.50 a share, really? Anyway, even Alibaba was up 7 points yesterday as Wall Street absorbed their earnings report from the other day, so they did all right. All right, Apple also moved up to about 175 again, and I'm going to tell you, it's soon going to be back to record-breaking levels of 183. Lyft reported earnings for a beat, but they were low on riders, so it wasn't as many people riding, but they did well on earnings. The stock did drop about 4%, Uber, by the way, is set to report today, and I'm curious to see if they'll have the same issue. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. So far, the Dow is up, beautiful, 216 points. The S&P is up 37, and the NASDAQ is up 175. All right, let's talk about COVID, but first I want to say hello to a few people online. Hey, I want to say hello to, of course, I want to say hello to some of my favorite fans, Joe and Michael and Mick and Lewis. I want to say hello to Lewis again, and I don't know. Linda's saying there's a rerun on the radio. You know why there's a rerun on the radio? Because the incompetent people in WWDB can't get there on time, so that's the problem there. Hey, I want to say hello to Jose, also watching on YouTube, and Mick and Bill and Wendy. Boy, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much. And also you, the person in San Diego, hey, just I don't know who your name is because you go to the Money Chat Now page, like it, and comment there, and I'll know who you are. All right. Hey, has anyone seen COVID? Hey, COVID, are you still around? Hey, paging Mr. COVID, paging Mr. COVID-19, are you still here? Have you noticed that COVID is becoming a footnote in the media now? Apparently, so many people are sick of COVID that even the drug manufacturers are tired of it. We heard that both Moderna and Pfizer are slowing down their predictions of how many vaccines they'll be producing, and now J&J has actually announced that they have making the #1 shot vaccine on hold. We're going to be talking about that too. That's right, it isn't important anymore. The plant the J&J has been using to manufacture the vaccine, or whatever it is based in the Netherlands, and this being the only factory in production for the vaccine is being used for a drug more in demand than the drug for COVID, because COVID isn't important anymore. J&J has had issues with their vaccine and suppressed reports on all of the vaccine side effects, and all of them, of course, the vaccine side effects that have been reported on, of course, some non-Nazi-kin news outlets. However, I can confirm that there were 9 deaths due to the J&J vaccine. They've actually confirmed that. I'm sure other deaths have been caused by other vaccines, but no one's allowed to discuss it. Oh, maybe that's why they muted me today on WWDB. Anyway, J&J insists their vaccine is safe, even though they aren't going to continue to produce it in the near future. Other interesting facts about the scamdemic is that New Jersey has dropped their vaccine and mask requirement as of the beginning of next month. So, why next month instead of immediately? Well, we all know that COVID can be negotiated with, and apparently Governor Murphy isn't a great negotiator because he negotiated COVID to stay away after March 1st, or March 8th, I think it is actually. So he can't negotiate with COVID now, he has to negotiate it for then. Can you imagine these Democrats actually using the word science with a straight face? Other states are apparently following suit, as the rumors in New York and California say that they will be doing the same. It looks like 2 years to flatten the curve worked. Oh wait, was that years or weeks? Huh. I also can't help thinking that the truckers in Ottawa are having an effect on the Democrat governors, and they're afraid these guys will make their way into large cities here. Hey truckers, it's time to go truck Joe Biden. All right. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Yeah, it's politics, of course, right? It's all electric year. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin and Ukraine. Hey, if you ever wanted to understand the power of cryptocurrency as a decentralized asset, this segment may help. Hey, we saw the news about the truckers' GoFundMe page being taken down and the funds frozen by GoFundMe when GoFundMe decided that they didn't like the politics of the truckers. Oh man, are they in trouble. The aftermath of this one was the truckers didn't get their money, and of course, all the people who donated money had their money stolen until GoFundMe decides to give it back. Of course, there will be lawsuits over this, and we'll see how it turns out. But right now, there's a lot of U.S. citizen support for Ukraine, and instead of the donors that want to help getting caught up in the same mess of the truckers, donations. So basically, donations. Many people are going to be turning to Bitcoin to send money to their relatives, the military, and the government. Activists have deployed the crypto for various purposes. They've actually using crypto to buy equipment for the Ukrainian army, with military equipment, medical supplies, and drones, as well as funding the development of, guess what, facial recognition app that identifies if someone is a Russian mercenary or a spy. You know, when I read that, I wonder if that's why Facebook dropped their facial recognition system, because other people are using it for this. All right, typically these organizations receive funds from private donors via bank wires or payment apps, but cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin have become more popular since they allow them to bypass financial institutions that might block payments to Ukraine. The decentralized system of Bitcoin makes it perfect as a system to transfer funds. You know, I'm wondering if this is the reason for the sudden upswing in Bitcoin prices over the last weekish, right? Hey, anyway, I like this use for Bitcoin, but I got to remember that, you know, if it can use to send funds to armies that we're supporting, what about sending funds to those that we're against, including terrorist groups? Look, I'm going to leave you with that thought as we go on a break. I'm going to see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, it's possible we're back on the air again on WWDB Radio. I don't know, because the people there don't seem to care about this show as much as I do, so they won't be there on time. But if you're listening and it is working, I want to thank you all for listening. Of course, if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn about how to make more money. Hit that like button and let me know you enjoy the show. And hey, you can also leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them. Hey, I want to say hello to Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. I totally appreciate it. And you guys, hey, share it just like Jeff is. Jeff says he keeps sharing it and shared it. So make sure you guys share it like Jeff. All right, so far we've been discussing the futures update, and right now the futures are up 211 points. The S&P is up 37, and the NASDAQ is up 178. Beautiful. We talked about the fact that COVID is becoming a footnote. We talked about Bitcoin in the Ukraine, and coming up, we have a story about stolen Bitcoin, so we'll be talking about that some more. We're going to be talking about Amazon Healthcare and consumer debt. And of course, today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure to set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. And of course, look up Money Chat Now when you get home and let me know what you think of the show. All right, let's get into the second half and let's talk a little bit about what's going on with stolen Bitcoin. All right, before the break, I was talking about the advantages and possible disadvantages of Bitcoin. So one of the advantages, or so-called advantages, is that it's supposed to be difficult to track who sent what to whom. Well, apparently, this may or may not be a true statement. In 2016, a brilliant hacker stole multiple Bitcoins from Bitfinex, which is a crypto trading platform, similar to Bitcoin, similar to like Coinbase, but this was called Bitfinex. It's been around for a while. The hacker was able to break into several wallets of owners of Bitcoin and transfer that Bitcoin into another wallet, and it was probably a wallet that was held by the hacker or a friend of the hacker, right? Well, after 6 years of investigation, the Justice Department announced Tuesday morning that it seized more than $3.6 billion in allegedly stolen cryptocurrency linked to the 2016 hack of Bitfinex. Officials say that they arrested Isla Lichtenstein and his wife, Heather Morgan. Boy, anyway, authorities accuse the pair of trying to launder the proceeds of about 120 Bitcoin, approximately $3.5 billion worth, that was stolen from Bitfinex's platform. Prosecutors allege that the transactions was sent to the stolen Bitcoin, to Lichtenstein's digital wallet. Today, federal law enforcement demonstrates once again that we can follow money through the blockchain and that we will not allow cryptocurrency to be a safe haven for money laundering or a zone for lawlessness within our financial system. And that was said by Assistant Attorney General Kenneth Polite Jr. It's kind of funny that his name is Polite. Anyway, I'm not sure about this statement. I'm just wondering if the couple got antsy with the money and raised some red flags. You know, maybe they bought, maybe they bought a Rolls Royce, maybe they bought a Ferrari, maybe they went on some lavish vacations, or maybe they bought an island with $3.5 billion, right? So anyway, the article I researched for this doesn't report and doesn't say that they are the people who hacked the system. They just say that they tried to launder the Bitcoin. I don't know. Maybe feds can track your transitions, or maybe they can't. It's still unclear to me, but I really think that these guys, they got antsy. That's my thought. All right, let's talk about Amazon Healthcare. All right, so during this scamdemic, Amazon was one of the highest, if not the highest, beneficiary of the draconian government measures that some people refer to as lockdowns. Well, whatever you needed, Amazon had it. Amazon even had bottled water and toilet paper when the store shelves were running empty. They had clothing and even introduced a new way to buy clothing where they said that you would order the pants or outfit you wanted in different sizes. They would let you try it on, and then you would keep the one that fit and send back the ones that didn't. They didn't even bill you until a month later, so that you're not even using the product, so you're not even paying for the product until you're sure you're keeping it. Amazon even has a division called Whole Foods that during the scamdemic would deliver food to your house if you wanted. Well, apparently Amazon missed out on all the money they could have been making in the healthcare industry, so they decided to develop a soon launching telehealth service known as Amazon Care. This program, which will provide virtual care visits as well as free telehealth consultations and in-home visits for a fee from nursings for testing and vaccinations. Vaccinations. I wonder what made them think of that. Amazon actually admits they're taking advantage of the scamdemic in their announcement when it says it's capitalizing on the surge in demand for in-home care, both virtually and in person, generated by the coronavirus pandemic. Apparently, Amazon and Pelosi must be friends in sharing the mantra that you should never let a good disaster go to waste. Amazon will also be opening a small care office sites, and Amazon is hoping that Amazon Care's blend of virtual care and a new approach to in-person care, that's a quote, will be able to attract employers away from other providers. I'm wondering if you'll be able to order this care on the Amazon website and, like maybe order an MRI for your tennis elbow. The machine would arrive within a day. That's if you're a member of Amazon Prime. If not, it would take 3 days. When the machine arrives, you lie down in it, it does the scan, and then you send the machine back. Your results, of course, will be posted in the metaverse, where the virtual doctor will read the results for you. I don't know. Am I getting too cynical here? Maybe. All right, let's talk about consumer debt. All right, I keep making references to the 2008 crash, and if you listened to yesterday's show, I talked about two distinct similarities comparing now to 2006 and 7, which has led to the crash of 2008. Here is another similarity. Just like in those times, consumer debt is at an all-time high. The total U.S. consumer debt at the end of the year came to $15.6 trillion. This is a year-over-year jump of $333 billion during the fourth quarter and just over $1 trillion for the full year. According to the Federal Reserve, the quarterly rise was the biggest since 2007, and the annual gain was the largest in record going back to 2003. Do these years sound familiar? Yeah, a large chunk of the debt load increase came, of course, from mortgages, which saw balances rise by 890 billion for the year and 258 billion for the fourth quarter to nearly 11 trillion. Credit card balances, and this is the one I'm concerned with, increased by 52 billion in the final 3 months of the year. A new quarterly record that brought total debt to that category to $860 billion. I don't know about you, but I've noticed it's been very easy to get loans and credit card lately. I realize that the underwriting for mortgages is a lot tougher than it was in 2006 and 7, but it's still pretty easy to get an overpriced appraisal with house prices jumping the way they are. My advice to all my listeners and viewers is to get prepared for the fallout that's going to be coming in about 2 years. Mass inflation and rising interest rates will cause many people to go into default. If you're smart, you will have reserves and cash ready to go and take advantage of the situation. You will need the knowledge to buy real estate from those who are in trouble or those who need to be saved from foreclosures. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to go to Investor Schooling, and here's more information about Investor Schooling.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. All right, so far we've been discussing, of course, the futures update, and right now the Dow is looking good. It's up 202, the S&P is up 36, and the Nasdaq is up almost 180. Beautiful. Hey, we talked about the fact that COVID is, I don't know, kind of a footnote now. Thank goodness. Oh, I can't wait. We talked about Bitcoin in Ukraine and how people are using Bitcoin to save or send money to Ukraine. We talked about stolen Bitcoin and how they might be getting some of it back. We talked about Amazon Healthcare and, of course, consumer debt. Coming up is today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button yet? Come on, hit that share button. Everybody watching, hit that share button. Let other people know about the show. Of course, you can also share it in groups. So go to groups and share it there too. You can leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. And I thank all you guys for watching online because that's awesome. Hey, if you're also listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market. All right, let's talk about what's going on today. Hey, this is pretty wild. What's happening here? It's a great month so far, and I don't know, the only bad day in the month so far was the day that Meta reported earnings and dropped the market 500 points. The futures look good again, and the market is appearing strong. My favorite plays are paying off as American Airlines and Carnival Cruise Lines have moved up 2 points in the last 2 days, and they both look like they're moving up again today. Oh man, I have so many contracts of American Airlines that for every dollar the stock goes above 19, I will increase my portfolio $50,000. So come on 19 and come on 21. Hey, if you've been listening to this show the past 2 weeks, I repeatedly said to buy these two winners. I also believe that Meta is at a good price to buy at the moment. $220 was my buy price, and I did add some options contracts yesterday. Apple is on its way back to record territory, and I'm telling you it's going to get there soon. The only warning I have for you is that when I say February is usually a bad month, it's usually the second part of February that makes it bad. Watch for the warning signs over the next week and have some cash ready to go when the market drops at the end of February. So make sure you're ready to go. All right. Let's talk about crypto. You know, we talked about crypto before and what's going on, and crypto was sitting at about 44,000. Remember, it was about 34,000 last week, so it's possible that that Ukraine stuff is what boosted it. And Ethereum is up at about 3,200. Watch for these coins as they can be indicators of a stock market direction. So if these coins are moving up, usually the stock market moves up with them. So you'll see and you'll watch that. Gold and silver, I got to tell you, there's nothing to report on gold and silver. It's just sitting there. And to me, that's a buy. So when stocks and when assets aren't moving, that's the time to buy them. So here's crazy. The Treasury bond is almost 1.95%, and 2% is like knocking at the corner, knocking at the door, right? When it hits 2, I'm telling you, the market's going to freak out, and I actually believe that's going to happen soon. So be careful and watch it. The NASDAQ is probably going to drop 200 to 300 points immediately when it hits 2. So watch for that. I'm telling you, it's going to get close. And with the consumer reports coming out, the CPI report coming out tomorrow, it's going to be rough. Hey, I want to thank all your listeners on WWDB Radio 860. If we are actually on the air, I'm not even sure. And I want to thank you for your continued support. If you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. Of course, you can leave comments on WWDB fan page and look for us online. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I'm the host of Money Chat Now. I'm also the CEO of Investor Schooling. And I have to let you guys know that from time to time, of course, I own some of the assets and some of the options discussed in this show, and no one has asked me for my opinion. These are my opinions, and when I say no one's asked for them, some people actually tune in to listen to them, and other people run away because they don't want to hear them. All right, guys, I'm hoping you guys are going to have an awesome day because it looks like it's going to be a good day so far. The Dow is up 213, the S&P is up 38, and the NASDAQ is up 184. So you guys all have a profitable day.